Dave, welcome to Sports View. Welcome to Black Country Radio. Oh, shall I put your microphone on? That's a...
If it helped, wouldn't it?
That'd help, yeah. Who needs a professional presenter on these things? Top of the table, doing better than you thought, or what are the expectations you've got for this season?
After finishing like last season runners-up, to be fair, there's only one place you can go, and I think everyone's expectations outside Tividale and non-league football would probably be that. And I think my lads as well certainly have got the grit between the teeth to do very well this season. So, you know, we're obviously very pleased with the start that we've made. And, you know, may long it continue. But, yeah, we are pleased, obviously. There's no hiding that, yeah. But it's very early days, as we all know.
From memory, you managed to retain most of last year's squad, didn't you?
I did, to be fair. I was on the chat to Rob earlier on. Yeah, I think we retained more or less everybody. And we only brought 2 new fresh faces in, and one of those has now left. So it's the same squad as last season. The younger lads have had a year to develop, and absolutely, you know, excellent.
What's the youngest age of player that you've got there now?
Well, I think we've got sort of... I was trying to work out the other. I think there's about 6 lads in the squad of sort of 18, sort of all around 19, 20. So 6, 7. So which is, you know, it just speaks volumes, don't it, to be where we are with a young squad like that. I know we've got the experienced boys who will help out, but it's absolutely excellent.
Because you've got some pretty big physical teams that they're playing against in that league. I've been seeing a number of your games.
Yeah, we have. You know, we sort of the Malverns, the Helmonds, the Black Countries. You know, some big boys in that league who are very experienced at that level, and they've played that level for a long time. So we have to sort of try to be brave and try to play football and get it down, and it is hard at times, but you know, we've got a good blend of the squad, which is important for us.
I think it's a lot about attitudes nowadays, isn't it, with you know, everybody wanting to play together and committed to a club, and you got it both on the pitch and behind the scenes, haven't you, with a good backup there now?
Oh, absolutely superb. You know, the squad itself is superb. You know, we have players injured who still come to watch. My backroom team, excellent. You know, all 2 coaches, physio, assistant manager, all singing for the same thing, and the supporters and the community. It's a tight group up there, as everybody knows, and it's, you know, I'm absolutely honoured to be manager of them. They're superb, all of them.
Because it was it your first senior role, or did I miss one out? Well, I think we said this last time, didn't we?
Yeah, obviously I did lie 97, 98. I'm showing my age with it.
That's ages ago, Dave.
God, blimey me, yeah. Still don't look too bad on it, I suppose.
No, you do it better than me, man.
No, I did 97, 98, did lie, and then obviously I did the youth at Cradley, went back to lie, and then did Stourbridge for 9 years, and I've been this 3rd season with Tividale. So, you know, it is my sort of second go at the men's football.
And a number of fans, we have it at, Rob and I have it at Halesowing. You know, a number of people just turn up and watch on a Saturday and still whinge about things. But is it a 7-day-a-week involvement to manager at your level still?
Yeah, definitely.
It is.
Yeah, don't you know.
You don't go a day without somebody.
No, you don't. No, you don't. There's a call to make. There's a text to do. There's a programme notes to write for the programme every day, you know, along with my full-time job and my family. Yep. Football is involved with it at this level.
And you got pretty much all of your family involved, because you know, Lisa in the background, and you know, everybody almost.
That's right, you know, family concern, and Lisa helping in the background, and Tom's in London, but he's actively texting me, and I've played the wrong team all the time, bless him. So, no, it is, and me mother-in-law and father-in-law, they come to the games, and it is good, and I'm very appreciative of that as well.
That's why you get such big crowds. Everybody brings their relatives, and it's just full of people.
Yeah, Graham still don't buy a drink in the bar.
No, well, it's worth putting that out live on radio, isn't it? Because it's a shame thing, isn't it? Really, you know, there's always some that. We keep hearing that agents are getting more involved. Are they even involved at your level, or do most of your players, you know, represent themselves and come talking to it?
mostly represent themselves at my level.
Thank God for that, I think,
Yeah.
Robin Mears saying now.
I've come across one this season who said he had an agent.
Really?
Yeah, and I just sort of I just smiled to myself, and obviously it was ridiculous. But yeah, no, they're mostly, they look after themselves. You can, you talk to them reasonably and sensible, and we've obviously get quite a few 7 days for a couple of the players, but to the extent you talk to them. But I fully agree with Rob and yourself. The agents are coming higher up, and
you're thinking,
blimey.
So, how do you find new players? Have you got a scouting setup, or and how does it work? In all of these, by the way, don't divulge anything that you wouldn't want to. I'm just fascinated as Van as to how you find players, whether you're constantly being approached by players to play for you, or how it works.
I think we've got a steady squad now. The first season I was at Tividale. No disrespect, there's a little man who crossed my shop playing the accordion. He was going to sign for me at one stage. It was like that. But I think once you've got the squad and you've got it down and cemented, and people are enjoying it there, word gets round amongst players. Players all talk, and then obviously I get on quite well with a lot of youth team managers. They have players, and then higher up managers, they phone me up, they want someone to get some games. So I think that's how the network works, really.
Well, we've no idea. Did you know how it worked?
I think obviously a club like Tividale, they're growing as a team as well, aren't they? I think if you look at the developments of the ground there over the last couple of years as well, there's some great work gone on by the volunteers and people in the background at Tividale, and that kind of thing, I'm sure helps attract players as well, doesn't it? If a player walks in and sees that the people who are working for the club are doing their best to make it a welcoming place and make it a good place to be, that obviously surely helps, Dave.
Oh, Rob, it's brilliant. In the summer we had a working party like most clubs. These people are up there 2-3 times a week helping with the goals. They're just tremendous people, and I'm honoured to have a team up there with those people there. If anything needs doing, or raising, or like, come on, let's do this, let's get it sorted. But as you rightly said, it's sort of wheels within wheels, and then they see the team doing well. They see that the gates have been up this season as well, Steve.
What sort of gates do you get these days?
Well, I know we played played Black Country Bank Holiday Monday. That was about 150, I was told.
Right.
The gates have been good, well over the three figures, and certainly outpassing last season. And we did play Malvern away recently, and this was and I think they had 170 there. And I noticed Alvechurch played the same day. I think had 180 there. So I know, comparisons and that. But, for an advert for West Midlands football, I think that's good.
Well, it is, and it's higher than some of the ones in the Midland Division, which is the way you get promoted to, isn't it?
That's right. And, But, I'm obviously decent friends with Graham Turner, and I can remember when he was at Hereford and they went down to the conference, and I said, what do you think? He said, the gates will be really good because everyone will follow a successful team, even irrespective of what league they're in. And, I get that a bit. I really do.
Yeah. Scouting when you're not you're training Saturday, Tuesday, playing Saturday. It's a 4-night a week actually being their job, isn't it? Apart from the other 7 days a week that you do on the rest of it.
Yeah, I think like the games this season have been colossal. It's been Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. It's been 3 times a week, conscious every week. And I know we've got again next week for 3, and then I think we have got a week off where it's just Saturday to Saturday. So I really have to look at the players and do I get them in, or do they need the rest? These have got full-time jobs. We've got one lad, Curtis, he works on the roads. We've got Lee Smith, some gas pipes or something he's doing. They've got physical jobs, and it amazes me, and they're probably laughing at me hearing this, but it's absolutely how they come on Saturday, you're keen, full of energy, and I think, I couldn't do it.
You're tired out working in a shop, and they're doing all of that.
I have to have a coffee about 10:30, Steve.
So, how being naive, how much time do you get to kind of assess them? Do you assess them when they're warming up, or even when they arrive? How does it work? I can't believe how.
Well, first of all, I ask the lads to be honest. If anyone's struggling with work, and they're rushing from work to get the games, and I've sort of got a good relationship with all my players, I hope. And if someone is struggling through work and commitments, and they've got families as well, I'll just say, come on, be honest with me. And no disrespect, some of the older guys, and they'll, just say, come on, be honest, because 3 games a week at his concert, and you've just got to judge it. And the same with the young lads, they'll go all day, but sometimes you just got to know the right time to pull them out, to give them a breather before they go again. It's a juggling act.
Well, that's why I was wondering, because if you don't see them and you can't turn up, and somebody's going to turn up and say they want to play, and that must be the tough the man management bit must be the toughest, isn't it?
I think, it is, and I think you try to have a look at what they've done the game on that particular game, the game before. Is the form dipping a little bit? It's just small things, are they complaining of having knocks? Yeah. It is man management.
I think that must help though, Dave, hasn't it? The fact that you talked earlier about having a lot of continuity within the squad, players that you know now for a while. You obviously get to know their little characters and their little intricacies that you can probably pick up on that. And I think obviously if you haven't got a squad that's changed, or a squad that's changing regularly, you're not going to pick up on those kind of things so often.
Spot on, Rob. Spot on. Yeah, absolutely spot on. I do know a lot of them quite well, and you do pick up on the little bits of things, and so and that certainly helps, having that continuity in that squad. It really helps, and that's the way we are lucky to have it, or whatever way you think about it. But it certainly helps, Steve, without any shadow of a doubt.
I think people forget, don't they, the commitment that non-league players put in, really, with the training Tuesdays, Thursdays, and playing Saturdays, and sometimes you might have that game on a Tuesday evening as well. And they're also, I know players are also spending time. When they're not doing their football, they're down at the gym as well, doing stuff as well. It's phenomenal commitment, really, isn't it?
It is, and I take my hat off to not just players at Tividale, at other clubs as well, who commit to it, because I just sometimes think, how have you done that? And sometimes I say, I'm just going to go in the gym, and I have to say, what are you going to do for? And I'm just trying to give them the rest if they can, but they are what they are, and it is a juggling act, but you have got to know your players to who you can do it with. And
you had a bit of a surprise win in the week, didn't you? Wensfield, good team away, and then what did you do?
Well, I'm still in shock about it, to be totally honest, Steve. It's sort of always a difficult game at Wensfield, and our squad was a little bit depleted through injuries. One of the lads had an op, a couple who were unavailable on the night, and we put it to, I think it was 1-0 at half time, defended the slope, and there was nothing to choose between either team, to be totally honest. Turned around second half, kicking down the slope, scored 2 very early goals, and then they just seemed to, they just seemed to go, and we just got stronger and stronger, played more confidence, and every attack was a goal or a penalty. It was unreal. And my last words I said at half time, guys, I'll take 1-0 here, keep it clean, and I'll take 1-0, and that happened. So I don't know. Football, funny game. You can never call it. But
and it finished 8-0.
Yeah, and there's me. But great for the lads to do it, and I think the Wensfield boys were spoke to the manager in depth after the game, and they're a good team, and they'll do well this season. Sometimes things just happen in football which you've got no reason for it, and certainly confidence come after the goals, and we just carried on from there, really.
A surprise for me on the same night was Malvern Town 1, Cradley Town 3. You'd have had money on Malvern winning that one, wouldn't you?
Yes, definitely. Malvern are a good team. We played them ourselves, and we got out of jail a couple of weeks ago with them, and they're a good strong team at home. It was a surprise result, but fair play to Cradley. I've had a look at the goals on YouTube, and by all accord, they rode the luck a little bit, but they came out, they took the chances when they arrived. So it was a strange result, but fair play to Cradley.
Tomorrow, Pegasus Juniors away. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, we went there last season, to be fair, and they were good because it's a nice pitch there, and they sort of get a lot of against ourselves, and I think the top 6 teams, they get a lot of boys behind the ball, and they make us work very hard to create the openings. And we did last year. I think we scored with about 15 to go. Dimitri scored, and we come away 2-1, and I'm expecting exactly the same tomorrow. Another hard game, definitely. And we don't travel too well on the road, and we're going on a coach as well.
Really?
So them not better have a night's sleep tonight.
Well, where are Pegasus Juniors then? Are they Hereford way?
Yeah, Hereford, Steve. Yeah, Hereford.
I didn't know whether I'd done any research at all, or I just made that up. But
Hereford.
So coach to Hereford.
Yeah.
15, 16 players, few supporters, all the backroom team as well.
I think the coach is full. I'm hearing
full of fans as well.
Yeah, fans, supporters. That's what they do. They do so well, and they're amazing up there. The people really are. But yeah, like I know there's a couple who can't play tomorrow, but the players, and they're coming to support the lads. So I'll take my hat off to them. Really do.
So typically, you have your team in your head by a few days before, or do you just have to wait till you get there?
Nah, about 1:30, Steve.
Just before somebody says, "Can you write your names on the team sheet?" Is
yeah, you know, you have a team planned in your mind, don't you? Sort of Friday, and you know, you sort of have a word with Kieran and Ian and the boys and say, you know, this is where we're going to go. But you never know on the day of the morning of a game, sickness, injury, work can always crop up. So we do sort of, but yeah, you know, you've got a good idea. You know, you might tweak it on the day. The boys might say something to me. I'll say, I'll give you that one. We'll go that way then. So, but you've got a good idea.
Well, Black Country Rangers, if we're allowed to mention them, they've got a bit of a trek. They're over in Nottinghamshire or something tomorrow in a game. And with you playing in the league and them not, you'll be three games ahead, is it? And a chance to put some real pressure on them, I suppose.
It is, and you know, they're in the Vars. We didn't get through, and they do. And I know I think they've got a team who are very unbeaten like themselves.
They are, yeah.
But Steve, you know, it's not a cliche. Take this off me. We just look after ourselves and concentrate on what we're doing at Tividale. Start worrying about other people. You'll just lose what you should be doing yourself. So we're just fully focused on Tividale.
Well, from what you've said, with all of that going on and everything else, I shouldn't think your brain can cope with looking at anybody else anyway, can it?
No, well, you know, it's okay. You know, it's just part and part of being a football manager at this level. You know, you always sort of on it and don't switch off, and you know, we've had a new dog. He's many walks around the block with him at the moment, especially on a Tuesday night at midnight. Come on, off you go, mate. I can't sleep. No, you can't. Go on, we're going to walk around the block. So no, it is what it is. But hey, we wouldn't have it any other way.
And me being a dog lover, you've got to mention the name of the dog and why and where all the names of your dogs come from.
Okay, the dog's called Winston, and obviously, as everyone knows, I'm a big West Ham fan, and this was after Winston Reid. So we've had Bobby, we've had Marlon, we've had Charlie, we've had a lot of them, mate. So, well, just make sure we don't sell them in January so they can keep the name going.
It would help. So, you know, who knows, in the future there might be dogs named after Tividale players, aren't there?
I'm just wondering if he's going to have a dog called Arnautovic at some point.
Yeah.
No comment there, Rob.
Having heard my pronunciation of the Croatian names, he's definitely not going to name them after that. Dave, brilliant. Thanks for giving us your time today. Well, we'll follow you. We always follow your matches. We give the results out. We try and get reporters to as many as we can. And thanks for sharing the insight into the life of a football manager.
No, thank you. Thanks for the support as well. It's great coming up here and having a natter with you boys.
Yep.
And all the best. And you, Rob.
Good luck for tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be reading out a Tividale 2 or 3 on the end of it.
100%.
100%. Thanks ever so much, Dave.
See you, Steve.
Thanks.